Yes, let's talk about hockey, the show that journeys through the history of the sport of ice hockey from its disputed origins to the game we see today. Since the mid-1990s, the New Jersey Devils club has been a pretty consistent contender amongst the NHL's ranks. And though their earliest seasons in New Jersey are ones that they'd much rather not talk about, there is an 8-year period that they have tried to dissociate themselves with entirely, back when they were known as the Kansas City Scouts and then the Colorado Rockies. In the last year of the NHL's 1970s expansion campaign, 2 more teams were added to the league in 1974, the Capitals based in Washington and the Scouts from Kansas City. Originally slated to be the Mohawks, Kansas City's team name was scrapped due to Chicago's complaint that Mohawks sounded too much like Blackhawks. So the club left it to the local community to come up with a new name. And thus the Scouts were born, bearing the image of their statue namesake on the front of their jerseys. Their NHL debut came on October 9, 1974, when the Scouts hit the ice at Maple Leaf Gardens in what would ultimately be a 6-2 loss to Toronto. Since the Scouts' new home rink, Kemper Arena, had yet to be completed, their first 8 games were played on the road, where they suffered 7 losses and managed 1 tie. The Scouts would also drop their home opener to the Blackhawks 4-3, before registering the franchise's first victory the very next day against their expansion brethren in Washington by a score of 5-4. Over the remaining 70 games of the 1974-75 season, the Scouts would only manage to get 14 more wins tacked onto their record, landing them at the bottom of their division and second from last in the league, with the only team that they were able to outperform being the Washington Capitals. Their sophomore season in 1975-76 started out promising, with the team trailing St. Louis by 1 point in the standings for a playoff position late in December. However, they tanked the rest of the season, picking up only 1 win over their last 44 games, and finishing the year with a 12-56-12 record, an even worse performance than their rookie season. Having won only 27 of 160 games, gone through 3 coaches, and drawn an average crowd of 8,218 fans in their first 2 seasons, the club's 37 owners were facing almost $1 million in debt. In an attempt to raise revenue, a season ticket drive was mounted, but when only 2,000 tickets were bought, the Scouts owners sold the club to a group headed by oil businessman Jack Vickers, who relocated the team to Denver, Colorado for the 1976-77 season. The newly dubbed Rockies would make a better first impression than they did as the Scouts, winning their first game, which was also their home opener on October 5th, 4-2 against Toronto. Though, while their performance was better than either of their 2 seasons in Kansas City, the Rockies still finished last in their division and out of the playoffs. The next year, Colorado rookie defenseman Barry Beck would set a new league record for goals by a rookie defenseman with 22 tallies, and the team would improve their point total by 5 points to finish second in the Smythe division and qualify for the playoffs for the first time. However, this appearance in the postseason lasted a mere 2 games, as the Philadelphia Flyers swept them with 3-2 and 3-1 wins. This would be the one and only playoff appearance for the Rockies, as they would finish no higher than 4th in their division over the next 4 seasons, despite acquiring players like Lanny McDonald, Rene Robert, and Chico Resch, or even getting former Jack Adams award-winning coach Don Cherry, who lasted only 1 season as the head coach in 1979-1980, and exited his coaching tenure with the Rockies wearing a cowboy hat and cowboy boots, while walking under an archway of hockey sticks that his players formed. Aside from Cherry, the Rockies went through 6 other coaches, none lasting more than 1 full season. On top of that, the club changed ownership twice, adding to the instability that plagued the team. Though fan attendance was still respectable, despite the team's on-ice performance, the club was sold to New Jersey shipping tycoon John McMullen in 1982. McMullen then wasted little time, relocating his new team to the New Jersey area and renaming them the Devils for the 1982-83 season. However, to this day, the Devils make almost no mention of their past as the Rockies or as the Scouts, with the team's media guide and the history sections of their website not acknowledging any captains, coaches, or general managers prior to the move to New Jersey.